about someone embodying the go for it spirit. You occasionally see him on Live in the D, but he has been a part of our Local 4 family for 40 years. My whole career here, and then some. Randy is a special man to the city of Detroit as well. Randy Henry, good to see you.
Good morning, good morning. I was telling you guys, I said, I did not enjoy the drive in here this morning.
And you used to do it every morning with us. You were the morning team.
You're just getting back to normal.
The storm team, baby. The storm team.
Right.
None other. Come on. Yes.
So you got a couple things in the works here, some exciting things. What are you up to?
Well, we have an event coming up January 20th at the new St. Paul in the gymnasium. It's called Building Black Brick Masters. The event is a group of men that started when a little argument started on Facebook, who were the better fathers. And we decided to say, look, bring everybody together and let's work to see how we can help each other. Forget about who's the best. Drop all those egos at the door and let's go out and see how we can help our young men. And then this is a little piece from one of the podcasts I put together.
It's a nice
We're talking
setup.
about the emasculation of black men. And so there's my friend Keith Bennett and Derek Atlas and Damian Jackson is in there. So
now, is the podcast an ongoing thing, or was this just kind of the initial?
This is the initial
let's get
kickoff.
this conversation going.
You know, Big Randy and Friends is coming out, you know,
Yeah.
so.
And this is Big Randy. You can't
I'm
really
Big
tell
Randy, you
our
know,
size
so-
difference because he's actually like 6'9". But Randy, you have always been so involved with the community. You've had basketball camps for kids. How is this effort different?
I think this effort is different because we're trying to work with young kids to get them acclimated that they were kings, okay, and understand your history. Derek Atlas brought out one time, he said, do you know what tribe you came from? And everybody in the room, is about 30, 40 of us, we didn't know. And then he had the history. So if you know where you came from, and then we have to recapture this with our young people that not only they are to be providers, but also the protectors of their family.
And you're also filling in gaps for single-parent homes.
For single-parent homes. You know, and the event basically is for parents, mothers, single mothers, what have you, to come out and ask questions. We're not dictating to you. We want you to come out and ask questions how we can help you. We want to be a group that's going to travel around the city of Detroit, travel around the state, and work with young men to bring them up to the next level, yes.
We hear so often, like when we do these stories and we hear people after the fact say, we have to get our kids younger, we have to stop these tragedies from happening, and we hear of a lot of people working with the young men in our city, at-risk kids. Do you feel like you're turning the tide with this, making a difference?
We are making a difference. And here's what happened. We have a lot of guys, Calvin Mann has a youth group, and he's working with young boys. And so my whole thing is, pull these young kids in, let them ask their questions. How can I help you?
Right.
And so you don't want to dictate them, say, look, do this, you know, pick a mini-me. That's not the case. You got to find out where they're at, build them up to the next level. And so that's what this group is all about. And I mean, we have diversity from educators, businesses. People have done a lot of different things. So it's a great group. And we are what I term, if you took a metaphor, we are the foundation, all the guys that are in this group. And the kids are the bricks that we're trying to build up to another level.
It's so amazing what you are doing. In addition to that, you're trying to help young people find a plan for their life with a book that they can buy.
Guys reading books.
Game plan for life. This is more about the education. I spent 9 years in junior college working with young boys. If you don't pass the first semester, you don't make it to the second semester. And so what I want them to do is get excited about basketball as well as their educational needs, okay? And this book is a guide. I have some great success stories. I have a tragic story in there. And there's a little bit about my life because my testimony, I graduated high school with a 1.9 grade point average.
Wow.
And went to a junior college and made the dean's list at 3.75. And some of the techniques I use to be more committed to my academic prowess.
Right.
And that's the thing that this book is about. And you can get it on randyhenrydetroit.org. Look me up or
Google Randy Henry.
Google me. Just Google Randy Henry.
But I want to say, too, Randy Henry is retired. He spent 40 years here. He had a life before that, and somehow he looks this good. And you have a big birthday coming up this November.
I'll be 70. You know,
Can you believe it?
But let me say
Your
this.
next book needs to be How to Stay Young and Look Good.
No,
Coincidentally, that's how many pairs of frames he has.
I know your dad, and he's in his 80s, and I want to be like him out in the golf course doing it. So I really appreciate Ian Vickers letting me come and be a part of this.
All right. And Saturday, one more time, the times?
11 o'clock to 2. at the new St. Paul on Southfield Expressway.
And it's free.
It's free.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Come on out and support us.
to see you.
Good to see you.
Gonna check
All right.
that commute
Love you.
again when we come back.